Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. October 20th, and we are going live here on Facebook. All right. And I am officially live now. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending upon when you're tuning in. This is Marcus from Aroma Time Bistro in Ellenville. Doing a little sound check here. And perfect. Microphone is working. Let's see. So this is October 20th. It's almost November. We are approaching winter. We're approaching cold weather, snow, buying salt for the sidewalks, which I'm going to do this week. I'm going to stock up on that. So we're ready for the winter. I did that last year and it worked out great. I want to talk about, obviously it's not summer right now. It's totally not summer. And it's so hard to believe because we were just like, it feels like we were just in July, right? It feels like we were just July. It was warm out, rainy, very rainy summer this summer. And all of a sudden now we're just 10 days away, 11 days away from November 1st. So obviously the scenery outside is totally different. The farms are not as vibrant as they were back in July, September, October. We're now in the fall crops, so there's pumpkins and squashes and corn is over. Tomatoes are kind of over. A lot of this stuff is over. All this summer stuff. Zucchini is gone. And we are so blessed to live in such a bountiful valley here in the Hudson Valley. It is just an amazing agricultural center. We have a lot of amazing chefs here. We have the Culinary Institute of America here that draws chef students from all over the world. And some of them actually stay here and make this their home. And they open up some really nice restaurants. We're only 90 miles from New York City here in Ellenville. And so we have great farms, great restaurants. And now I'm going to tell you what's frustrating about the restaurants locally. A lot of restaurants claim they support local. A ton of restaurants claim they're farm to table, claim they support local, and they put it right on their website. Hudson Valley's best farm to table restaurant. This, and this. And Jamie and I go and eat at these places. We like to go out to eat. We meet friends out. We like to go out and be social. And we have 2 days off a week, or 2 nights off a week. So we get out and we go around and we know a lot of the other chefs and restaurant owners and the staff and places. So we'll go out and eat. And time again, when they ask, well, what's because restaurants love to put on their menu, we support local, farm to table this, farm to table that. And when you start asking them what is local on their menu, 9 out of 10 times, the wait staff actually has to say, I have to go check with the chef right now, what's local. I'm like, but it says right on your menu, farm to table. Like, and it says on your website, farm to table cuisine. Like, so why is it a guessing game, like what's local on your menu? And what I find is most restaurants will serve more local stuff during the summertime when you're basically tripping over tomatoes, tripping over zucchini, tripping over corn. And because they support it for a couple months, they like to say, well, it's not in season anymore, so we don't really have anything local on our menu. Now, there's a lot of cheese in the Hudson Valley, so a lot of restaurants, or more and more restaurants, are going on with the cheese. Well, we have local cheese. So I want to go down a list here. A couple minutes going on this list. This just came in from the Farm Hub today. We bought from 2 farm hubs this week, and another distributor where we got local stuff. I want to read to you what's available right now this week in the Hudson Valley for every single restaurant to buy these products right now. So it's up to us as consumers when we go out to restaurants to actually speak up and say, well, no, there is local right now, and it could be January, and they're still local. I've done this in the dead of winter, where I've read the list of what's local and what's available, and it's quite shocking. The part that most restaurants are doing is they're not taking any effort because they like buying from Cisco, U.S. Foods, and they love going to Restaurant Depot. And there's nothing local about any of those 3 sources. Those are the 3 largest in PFG. Those are the 4 largest food sources for restaurants in the Hudson Valley. And none of them even specialize in local or remotely even have many local products at all. Every time I've walked in the Restaurant Depot, I don't think I've seen really one local item in there. Restaurant Depot is catering to chefs that are on a budget, chefs that like to buy cheap food, and like to charge normal prices, like when I charge for the stuff that we pay more money for, the same prices I charge. So Restaurant Depot's notorious for that. Do they have a few good items? Yes, they do. But I would say 90% of the things they stock in there are bare bottom commodity products, from their beef to their chicken to their pork, to their tilapia. You name it, they're very, very price conscious. They're like a grocery store, and chefs walk in there and they want to save money. And the more expensive stuff usually doesn't sell. And somebody like me, when I go in there, I'm like, well, you had this like when you first opened. Well, yeah, it doesn't sell in this market, so we had to get rid of it. So U.S. Foods and Cisco, sort of the same thing. They're appealing. And right now more than ever, restaurants are on a strict, are very conscious what they're spending, because food is through the roof. So salespeople walk in and go, well, your shrimp you used to buy that was $3.50 a pound is now $5.50 a pound, but I can get you another shrimp that's probably $4 a pound, $4.25 a pound. Not quite the same that you were getting. Not a wild Gulf shrimp, but it's a farmed Asian shrimp, and we can probably work that into your menu. And this, so restaurants are on the cheap right now, and they're buying cheaper and cheaper foods. So I want to read down this list to you of what's available right now in the Hudson Valley to every single restaurant. This came from one of the farm hubs we use. We have 2 farm hubs coming in this week, and another distributor that has more local stuff. So, all right, fresh produce. Folks, there is an insane amount of apples right now. And the varietals are insane. Ambrosia, Blondie, Cortland, Crimson, Crispin, Empire, Fiji, Daybreak Fijis, Galas. I got some Galas coming this week. Ginger Golds, Gold Supremes. No, I got Honeycrisp coming this week. Golden Delicious, Greening, Honeycrisp, Red Jonah Golds, Macoun, Lady, Macintosh, Matsu, Pink Lady, Red Delicious, Ruby Mac, Snapdragon, Snappy Mac, Stamen, Wine Sap, Zestar. I don't know about that one. And the farms are insane. Yonder Farms, Love Apple Farms, Fishkill Farms, Glory Farms, Sam Scott Orchards, Migliori. I mean, the list goes on. Mead Orchards. The list goes on and on of all these orchards and farms that have apples. Now, past apples, grapes. 2C Winery is selling Concord grapes. Glory Farm is selling Niagara grapes, Sheridan grapes. Husk cherries. All right, not quite a cherry, but it's a gooseberry. Husk cherries. Hepworth Farms is having those this week. Pears. Andrew pears, Bartlett pears, Bosch pears, Suckle pears. All coming from Glory Farms, Migliori, Fishkill, Yonder Farms. Glory Farms has quince available. Quince is a really cool fruit. Vegetables. Jerusalem artichokes from Hepworth Farms. All kinds of beets. Chayoga, gold, yellow, red, bulk bunches. Sunsprout Farms, Dagley Farms, Hepworth Farms, Sunsprout Farms, Migliori. Hepworth again there. Broccoli Rob, Migliori Farms, Broccoli Rob. Brussels sprouts. Hepworth, Dagley, and Hepworth. Cabbage, Arrowhead cabbage, green cabbage, Napa cabbage, red cabbage, Savoy cabbage, tender sweet cabbage, all from MX Morningstar Farms, Dagley, Hepworth, Dagley. Carrots, Sunsprout, Migliori, Hepworth, Dagley, Sunsprout. Orange, purple haze carrots, rainbow carrots, yellow carrots, celery root, celery from Hepworth Farms, from Dagley, celeriac from Sunsprout Farms, Hepworth. Celery root is the celery from the celery, from celery, so it grows on the ground. Chicory, which is endive, from Hepworth, Dagley. Cucumbers, Dagley, Sunsprout. Eggplants, several types of eggplants, again, Hepworth, all kinds of farms. Kohlrabi, garlic, leeks, red onions, red jumbo onions, red medium onions, cipollini onions, red cipollini onions, yellow cipollini onions, yellow onions, Spanish onions, boiler onions, all kinds of chilies, cayenne, corbaci, Fresno, green bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, purple bell peppers, habanero, habanada, Hungarian, jalapeno, mini snacking, poblano, red cherry, red Italian frying, red Portugal, red Serranos, shishitos, which we have on our menu, Mead Orchards, Hepworth, Common Hands Farms, Hepworth, MX Morningstar Farms, Dagley Farms, all Fishkill Farms. Let's see, potatoes. We have lots of local potatoes coming in this week, and our potatoes are coming from, where are our potatoes coming from? Yukon Gold. Dagley, we got Dagley potatoes coming in today, 2 sacks tomorrow. 2 sacks, 100 pounds of Dagley potatoes coming in tomorrow. You have yellow potatoes, white potatoes, red potatoes, russet potatoes, fingerling potatoes, mixed fingerling potatoes, red fingerling potatoes, yellow fingerling potatoes, chef potatoes, Adirondack blue potatoes, and again, all these different farms that have these. Radicchio. There's 2 different types of radicchio. Radishes, of course. Radishes are a great fall vegetable. Black Spanish, fall mix, French breakfast, green daikon, purple daikon, white daikon, red round, and watermelon radishes. Of course, scallions, zucchini. Zucchini's still around. I missed that this week on the list because I would have ordered it. I did not. I should have ordered it. I forgot. I did not see this on the list. Green zucchini from Hepworth, Migliori, and Dagley Farms. Tomatillos from Hepworth. Got those a couple weeks ago. Made some great tomatillos also. Beefsteak tomatoes. There's still tomatoes out there. Altobelli Farm, Sunsprout, Dagley, Hepworth, Sunsprout, Hepworth, Migliori, Altobello. So there's 4 or 5 farms there that have everything from cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, red grape tomatoes, yellow grape tomatoes, green tomatoes, plum tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, slicing tomatoes. And I got to tell you, these tomatoes, they're like $1 a pound, 25 pounds, $27 for beefsteaks from Altobelli. Other beefsteaks here, I mean, almost $1 a pound. Like if you're a restaurant buying produce right now, $1 a pound for tomatoes that are vine ripened and soil grown locally is a home run. As if not, you're buying cardboard potatoes from Restaurant Depot or some other place. Turnips, tons of turnips. Winter squash, eggcorn, blue Hubbard, butterkin, butternut, carnival, delicata, honey nut, kabocha, black forest kabocha, sunshine kabocha, red curry, spaghetti squash. I need to get that next week. I forgot about spaghetti squash. Winter squash pumpkins, sugar pumpkins, sweet dumpling sugar pumpkins from a bunch of different farms again, and mixed squash, all kinds of ornamental stuff. Greens, now greens. Bok choy from Migliori, collard greens from Hepworth, collard greens, escarole, kale, Lacinio, the Tuscan kale, green curly kale, MX Morningstar, Hepworth, Sunsprout, Migliori, Common Hands, Dagley. All these places have kale this week. Red Russian kale from Hepworth. Spigarello, I don't know what that is. Spinach, Swiss chard, watercress from Sunsprout Farm, 24 bunches, $55. Salad greens, arugula, all kinds of arugula, baby kale, baby lettuce, Boston lettuce. Let's see. Grapefruit juice. Thank you, honey. Jamie just made fresh grapefruit juice. Red leaf lettuce, romaine lettuce, autumn greens, chef greens, farmer's mix, heirloom greens, spice, pea shoots, baby spinach, baby Swiss chard. Radical Farms, Migliori, Hepworth, Sustainable Aqua Farm, Common Roots Hands. Some of this stuff is hydroponic. Some of the stuff is grown outside, greenhouse. Fresh cuts, so you can buy fresh cut stuff if you want to dice butternut squash, things like that. Okay, Radical Farm, Rockhedge Herb Farm, Migliori, Common Roots, Cetera Farm has ginger. There's everything from basil, Italian basil, tulsi, bay leaves, chives, cilantro, dill, ginger, hyssop anise, hyssop blue, hyssop flowering, lemon balm, marjoram, mint, oregano, parsley curly, flat parsley, rosemary, sage, seashow, tarragon, fresh turmeric, $19 a pound. I missed that. I'll have to get some next week. It's organic. Thyme from Silver Farms. Mushrooms, Bulick Farms, Leap Foods, everything from creminis, lion's manes, oysters, blue oysters, gray oysters, portobello caps, shiitakes, creminis, and regular white mushrooms. Let's see. Hudson Valley Frozen. This company even has frozen produce available if you want frozen apples, frozen blueberries, all local, frozen kale, frozen peas, frozen corn, all that kind of stuff. 24 pounds of frozen bulk corn, $44. That's a home run. Tomato puree. Shelf stable. All kinds of dried mushrooms, dried chilies, dried lobster mushrooms, dried habanero, basil puree, cilantro puree, dill puree, garlic puree, fruit spreads, of course, donuts, salsas, all from the Hudson Valley. Green salsa, red salsa, roasted pepper salsa. We bought tomatoes in puree, those cans of tomatoes. Jars of tomatoes with basil puree from Hudson Harvest. We got those coming this week. Veg and fruit sauces. So there's applesauce, cinnamon sauce, cinnamon pear sauce, marinara sauce, all kinds of sauces, aiolis, seeds, sunflower, pumpkin seeds from Stony Brook Farms. Local soy sauce, which we've been buying local soy sauce for years. Local soy sauce, local tamari, local teriyaki, local ponzu, local Worcestershire sauce without the anchovies, vegan. local dumpling sauce, local shiitake stir-fry sauce, local ponzu. All of that is organic from Wanjishan. Apple cider vinegar, we got a bunch coming of that in today. Maple syrup, honey, tons and tons and tons. Hot sauce in gallon containers and in small containers. Several different people make hot sauces. So Small Town Cultures in Keene, hot sauce with habaneros. There's a raw heat with ginger garlic, another habanero. Queen Majesty, Hudson Harvest, Queen Majesty, all kinds of sauces there. Pickles, of course. More hot sauces from Poor Devil Pepper Company, Kitchen Farm Garden, just over the border in Massachusetts. They have srirachas in gallons, habanero sriracha, ghost pepper sriracha, original sriracha. Fermented foods, miso right here locally, fermented misos. Hawthorne Valley fermented stuff. So fermented kimchi, spicy turmeric, sauerkraut, all kinds of sauerkraut in retail jars and all in gallons and in 5-gallon pails for restaurants. Problem is, a restaurant can buy a gallon for $11, and sauerkraut here, the organic stuff, the raw fermented, is $32. We opt for the $32. I don't want sauerkraut with sulfites and other crap in it. Rick's Picks. Rick buys a lot of stuff here from Hudson Valley. He's located in, well, it says Brooklyn here now, but I know he might be in Brooklyn, but he's producing out of Kingston, and he has a ton of stuff. Real Pickles from Pioneer Valley, Massachusetts. Brine and Barrel comes from Buffalo. Another pickle sauerkraut company. Small Town Cultures in Keene. All kinds of things. Baby fermented carrot, cardamom beets, dilly beets, jalapenos, kimchi, turmeric, lemon zest. All kinds of really cool stuff. Beverages. Migliore Farms, Sam Scott, all apple ciders, sparkling apple cider, Saratoga water, it's local, it's comes from upstate New York. Spare Tonic. I don't know about these tonics. They're from Peekskill, Brine and Barrel Buffalo, Catalyst Kombucha. Of course, we have plenty of local kombucha. Tonics. I don't know where they're from. Flour and Grains. Here we go. Farmer Ground. Farmer Ground, Maine Grains. But Farmer Ground is upstate New York. We buy a lot of stuff. I have Plenta coming in from them this week. They sell a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of local things. Beans. Here we go. Beans. These are all from the Finger Lakes, folks. All from the Finger Lakes. These are all dried. Black beans. They all come in 25-pound bulk containers. Black beans organic, black beans regular, cranberry beans, Jacob's cattle beans, dark kidney beans, light red kidney beans, white kidney beans, navy beans, pinto beans. Jay, can you grab the door? You can have them just go right up there. Soldier beans, yellow eye beans. They can actually go right to the garage and start the basketball hoop. And tell them I'll be up in a bit. Tell them to text me and let me know if the paver guy is there. Okay. Dry pastas from Spofellini, bucatini, rigatoni. I mean, the list goes on of this pasta. All made with New York grains too. Their stuff really cool. We haven't even talked about cheeses yet, folks. Cheeses are like right here, tons and tons. So, Eggcorn Hill Dairy has all kinds of chèvre, ricotta, Argyle, Chase Home, which we buy a lot of. We buy Chase Home's Camembert, Cricket Farm, Hawthorne Valley, McGrath. We buy a ton of McGrath. I got Rascal coming in this week, and I have their Goliath coming in. I might have their Hootenanny coming in too. I don't remember exactly what I ordered. There's a plant-based cheese out of New Hampshire. Old Chatham. Old Chatham has amazing stuff. West Meadow Farms. Ronnie Brook has tons of milk. We buy our ice cream from Ronnie Brook. If a restaurant's buying Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Ronnie Brook is the same price. There's no reason to even say, well, it's more money. It's not even more money. It's the same price. It might even be cheaper. Plant-based milks, cashew milk, almond milk, oat milk, all produced locally. Yogurts, Argyle Cheese Farm, Chase Home, Hudson Valley Fresh, Hawthorne, Eggcorn, all kinds of yogurts, Greek yogurt, plain yogurt, maple yogurt, goat yogurt, all kinds. There's like probably 15 different types of yogurt. Butter and eggs, Ronnie Brook, Alderfair eggs, or Oliver's Organic Eggs. I talked yesterday about eggs here yesterday on this Facebook Live. All kinds of eggs, all kinds of butters. And this is just, folks, this is just the list for This is just the list for produce. If you want to do the meat and poultry lists, I mean, that's just as impressive right now what's available locally here in the Hudson Valley. I mean, it's crazy. Charcuterie has all kinds of salamis. We buy a lot from charcuterie. There's charcuterie. There are soprasadas. They have tons. Van Smokies, which is up in Livingston Manor. Van Smokies. Charcuterie. Nodines. You can buy whole pigs. You can buy all kinds of I mean, the amount of pork that's available is insane here. Every imaginable cut of pork, everything's available. Beef, of course, everything's available on beef. Lots of different farms with that. 100% grass-fed beef. 100% grass-fed beef is here. Let's see. Lamb, Mosner Farms, Green Acre Pastured Poultry, Goffley from New Jersey. All kinds of chicken, turkey, everything. All kinds of sausages, bratwurst, chorizo, you name it, it is here. It is 100% here. That list is 4 pages, a 4-page spreadsheet of all the meats that are available, meats and poultry here in the Hudson Valley. So it's up to us, the consumers, to support the people that are supporting local, and it's up to us, the consumers, to actually say, you know, well, why don't you buy more local? You know, we'd support you more if you bought more local. And when a restaurant says, well, there's nothing really in season right now, share this video with them and say, well, this chef knows where to buy the stuff. Maybe you should contact him and he'll give you the list, because it's not that hard to figure out where to buy this stuff from. It takes a little bit more money. It takes more time to figure this out. And some of the stuff is cheaper, better value. I don't like to use the word cheap. I think better value is a better terminology. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of the support here at the restaurant. Thank you, and we'll talk to everybody later.